All right, good morning. Today is Thursday, the 30th of March, day number 55 of the AWD1000 Web Development Technologies class. You will be taking the chapters 6 and 7 hands-on test today. I attached the test to the email along with a folder with some images that you are to use in the program as well. Tomorrow, as it says there, will be a lab day with no taping. Next week, my hope is that on Monday, we will go over chapters 8 and 9, which is our intro to jQuery. And then on Tuesday, we will go into chapters 10 and 11, which is some more intermediate jQuery. Then on Wednesday, we'll look at some of the problems at the end of chapters 8 through 11. All right, and we will probably do at least some of them as a class. Maybe we'll do that over 2 periods. I don't really know right now. We'll see how things go because that is 4 chapters worth of material. We'll talk about it next week. All right. All right. Finally, as it says here, your chapters 6 and 7, written tests, labs, and homework are due this Sunday, 4/2 by midnight. Your chapters 8 through 11 will be due in 2 weeks from Sunday on the 16th. And finally, again, 1 week from tomorrow, there will be no classes on Friday, April 7th, due to the Good Friday observance. So with all that said, let's take a look at the test. All right, so as mentioned here, you are to use the same fully responsive 4-page website on rock, paper, scissors that you used for the previous test. I would strongly recommend making a copy of your entire folder. And if you called it something like JS hands-on 2 or hot 2, just make a copy and change it to hot 3. All right. You will not have to change anything on page 1 or on page 2 unless previously, you didn't meet all of the criteria. So in other words, if previously you didn't make it responsive, let's say, then now it should be responsive. Okay. Page 3 is the actual game itself. Now, if you set it up kind of the way I showed it to you previously, all right, you might have had a label, several labels and several text boxes, but one label that said who won, and then a text box where you would put rock, paper, scissors, or tie game. If you did that, I want you to remove that label in that text box. So now when you declare a winner, what I want you to do instead is I want it to come in here and say, where is that? Oh my goodness. There it is. So instead, for instance, if rock wins, you'll show that image. If paper wins, wherever the paper one is, you'll show the paper image. And if scissors wins, you'll show the scissors image. If it's a tie game, you will show tie. All right. Now, I would like you to use the images just so I don't want you to have to worry about doing anything else, adding any other ones. I guess if you really hate those and you want to put in your own, as long as it works, that's what I'm looking for more than anything else. All right. So as it says, use a div at the bottom of the screen and add that image to the div. Very similar to what we did yesterday. You may have noticed, you may have to go back and watch yesterday's lecture because I did not put that out there because I figured otherwise what people were going to be doing would be to just basically be copying what I did. And that's not the idea behind this. You have to start doing some work on your own here. All right. At the end of each game, as it says here, so putting that image in there is 10 points. The whole test is worth 75 points. I couldn't get 100 out of this. So that's 10 points. At the end of each game, wait 5 seconds. clear the text boxes. So if you've got a text box for the computer choice, for the user choice, etc. All right. So clear those text boxes. And now what I have here, I guess I screwed up. Boy, there's a first. This computer wins and user wins and tie games. You don't have to clear those. All right. And if that confuses you, please ask. Okay. So really the only thing that you should be clearing or what you should be clearing is the winner, that image, and then as it says, what the computer chose, what the user chose, but you can keep those. And I wish I'd done a better job of looking at this. You can keep the computer wins, the user wins, and the tie games. All right. So if you got, if somehow you screw up, well, then I screwed up and I'll have to take that into account. All right. Finally, chapter 4 is the contact page. And I've got on here a hint. Use the updated register application on pages 210 through 213, and in particular, what is shown here. So what I want is, if this was your contact form, and I realize your contact form doesn't look like this, but you've got first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, etc. So let's say you left everything blank, all 8 or whatever fields. You would have something like this, which is a validation summary at the top. All right. And you'd say, like, please enter a first name, please enter a last name, please enter an address, etc. So if there's 8 fields, you would have a possibility of 8 different errors, that kind of thing. I want you to set it up like this. We did not do one like this in class, but again, you can see this in here, and it's not a lot of work. Here the author put in the associated CSS, and here the author updated the JavaScript. Now there's different ways of doing this as well. All right. I would suggest you take a good look at that as you're working your way through here. Okay. All right. And finally, so setting that up as it says right there, that's worth 25 points to set it up like that and make it work. So that's 10 and 10, which gives you 20, and 25, which gives you 45. Next, if the form is submitted successfully, in other words, if there are no errors in the form, then on the bottom of the screen, show that thank you .ping. All right, and where was that? You already probably saw it, but just in case. Oh, where is that? It's this one right here. So it says, thank you. The form has been, or the form was submitted successfully. Okay. Next, add a clear button if you don't already have a clear button on your form. Add this clear button to the contact page. As it says, when the clear button is clicked, set up a timer and wait 5 seconds, then remove any errors that you had up on top. So in other words, if you had something that looked like this, totally get rid of it. In other words, totally get rid of everything in here. Get rid of the box, get rid of the list items. Okay. And let's see what else. Also clear out all of the form fields. Clear that thank you image that you have in there and place the cursor in the first name field. All right. That's 10 points. So right now we have talked 10, 20, 45, 55, 65. And then for your last 10 points, validate all 4 of the HTML pages. All right, so you shouldn't have any errors or warnings on your index.html, your about.html, your game or whatever you called it .html and your contact.html. Finally, validate your CSS page. As you can see, each one of these are worth 2 points. There are a total of 5 of them, so that's 10. And again, when we add this up, we get 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75. I will be online all period. So if you have any questions, please email me. I do not plan on breaking in or adding anything. The only way that you're going to get any email or any kind of contact from me today is if someone discovered that there was another screw up on the test page. But like I said, the big screw up on the test page is this one, that when you're removing this stuff at the end and you wait the 5 seconds, do not remove the computer wins, the user wins, and the tie games. Do not remove those, because otherwise you'd be starting fresh every time, and that would be, for lack of better words, stupid. All right. So again, that's all I have. And finally, again, tomorrow will be lab. My hope is that by Sunday, I'll have everything graded. I might not have the chapter 6 and 7 work done because it's not due till Sunday, but I will have all of the other stuff graded, including your tests. As soon as the last person has caught up, I will show you what I did for all 3 of the tests as well. Okay, and Monday of next week, please, if you get the chance, try to at least page through your book and look at the material that's in chapters 8 and 9. All right, and as far as that material goes, we're here now. So chapter 8, get off to a fast start with jQuery. Chapter 9, how to use effects and animations. All right. And again, between reading all that, it is about 65 pages. All right. And then for Tuesday, we will go over chapter 10, how to work with forms and data validation, and how to use jQuery plugins and UI widgets. That's about 50 pages. All right. My plan, my goal, my dream, whatever you want to call it, is that by the end of next week, which will be day 60, 1 week from today, all right, will be day 60, which means we'll have 20 days left that will be up to here by the time we get back. All right. We are going to cover the entire book, 12 through 19, but we will cut down the homework you have. We will cut down on a lot of stuff. All right. We'll talk about that in a later class. So good luck. Again, feel free to contact me with any questions. And there is no such thing as a stupid question. I proved that I can write a stupid test by, again, putting this dumb thing in here. So please, right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and add and user choice, and I'm going to remove all of this stuff that's right here. I'm going to put a line through it. One of these things in here is a line through. I know it is. There it is. Okay. All right. So it says at the end of each game, wait 5 seconds and then clear the text boxes for computer choice and user choice. All right. Okay. Also clear the image at the bottom of the screen. Do not clear out the computer wins, user wins, and tie games. Okay, that should be enough. I'm going to save this as revised and resend it out to all of you in just a moment. Good luck. I will talk to you on Monday.